And welcome again to Wingman Nation, everybody, and to my virtual campfire. Thanks for joining me today. If you're new to the channel, this is where an old guy like me, an old ex-campground owner and lifelong RVer, sits around his virtual campfire and pontificates and shares some opinions and news stories and thoughts in hopes that it will help, help bring us together, help make us all think. We don't have to think alike, but I think that like gathering around a campfire is a good thing. Gathering around this virtual campfire on this channel hopefully is a good thing and will bring us together. I want to encourage everybody to become a wingman or a wingwoman. Be a better wingman or better wingwoman for those in your life that you love and care about. That said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into today's video. I was asked by a friend the other day if I regretted one of the videos I did in early March. And essentially I said, we need to talk. And I knew that I was going to lose some viewers, and that's okay. Not everybody can agree. Not everybody can. Some people can't stand any kind of thought process. They're so locked onto their beliefs. And I want to believe that most of the people here, they have a strong attachment to their beliefs and the things that they have learned throughout their lives. But at the same time, they're a little bit balanced and open for different opinions. So after that video ran, we got a whole bunch of comments. I'm going to go over some of them. And then I'm going to tell you about a friend of mine that is a big shot in the RV world. And from an influencer standpoint, I mean, really big. And what they asked me why I was doing the channel the way that I'm doing it. Said I was foolish. So I'll get into that hopefully if I don't forget. So bear with me. Let's jump over here. These are comments after that video ran about, I think we're going to lose some people. We need to talk. Steve says, I loosely follow the RV market and am totally turned off by the lack of quality and responsibility of dealers and manufacturers almost everywhere. So I view the negativity from the public as a positive, as the manufacturers and dealers have to change their ways or close. Almost universal negativity is the driving force behind change. Bring it on in every form. I don't agree with that, Steve. I sort of do, and I think I see what you're saying, but negativity, it is so easy to jump on the bandwagon. I call it recreational bitching. And I think that there are people, and we're all prone to doing it, because it's so easy to gripe and complain and criticize and be petty. And that's why it's one of the bad things about the internet. It's also one of the good things about the internet. But it brings out the worst in human beings. It's recreational bitching. And I think that many of the comments that we see from people are people that have made stupid decisions on their own, or they are maybe lonely, maybe they want to get attention, maybe they want to act like the smartest person in the room. I am not the smartest person around this virtual campfire. I will assure you, and you folks that have been here for a long time know that I'm telling the truth. But to bring on the negativity and say, bring it on, much as we can get it, I don't think is a positive thing to do. I think that somewhere between happy land and, ice cream and lollipops, as they say, and everything, we're all going to die, nihilism. Somewhere in between there, we need to find that balance. And that's what I try to do here on this channel. So thank you, Steve, for that comment. There's a lot of comments. Michael says, personal responsibility should be a part of the ethos of all of us. However, I also realize making blanket statements to cover everyone in every situation is not a valid supposition. For example, on student loans, these loans are an investment in improving oneself for the future. I took out student loans in my 50s to get a master's degree, which I thought was the best way to ensure a more prosperous future for myself, those I cared about. However, someone 18 years old, 20 years old, they simply do not have the experience to fully judge and evaluate the implications of these debts. Michael, thanks for watching my channel. Thanks for the long comment. Here's the way I see it. Personal responsibility is very, very important. And student loans, today, I believe, just saying, I believe that there are a lot of people in higher learning, these colleges and universities, that need to get people on the financial, get them in debt. And they give them these illusions that hey, get your degree in such and you'll be able to pay that loan back. Now, we can't guarantee it, but you need to have a college degree. I think that's changing now. I really do. I hope it's changing, because I believe that we need more people that can be, electricians and air conditioner repairmen and people that can do service jobs, roofers and carpenters. And a lot of people that go to college don't know how to do almost anything. They have to call out for it. So if you want to do something, you don't have to go into debt, I don't think. Now, if you're responsible enough and you're going to pay that debt off, then that's fine. But Michael, I appreciate everything you're saying. It says, similarly, unscrupulous lenders which prey upon people, neighbors in need, do so willingly without a duty of care towards the borrower. Essentially, if somebody wants to loan you money or help you out, how I can get you into that car, that RV, or that student loan, or whatever it happens to be cautious. What's in it for them? What's in it for you? What's the possible downside for you? Because long after you take that student loan debt, that person that talked you into it, they gone. You won't even remember their name. But you're going to have to pay for it. Unless, of course, the government says, nah, we're just going to wipe it out. All right, Chris says, couldn't agree more. Great points. I spoke with Jock today. Thanks for the referral. He was helpful. Jock is a friend of mine who's a motorhome specialist over at Berryland Campers, one of the RV dealers I trust. And, Jock is laid back, super smart. And if you want to get a motorhome, he is one of the best resources that I could send you to. So totally agree with Joan Ross. I totally agree with everything you said in this video. It does hurt to admit our mistakes and know that we have to live with that decision, but it's our own fault, and we do have the responsibility no matter how much it hurts. Keep being honest, Alan. A lot of us appreciate it very much. The whole point of this channel is to encourage people to think and be neighborly and take the high road and accept responsibility for our decisions. Even if they're bad ones, even if they're stupid ones, just own them. It's okay. I learned that the best thing to do when I screw up is just to come right out. Be the first person if I'm in a group of people and somebody's going, who did this? I'm a volunteer. I tell the story about my daughter when she was little. She's 4 years old, maybe 5 years old, and we went to Universal Studios, and we're at this Indiana Jones thing. It wasn't a ride, it was a presentation. And I taught her, I said, before this, when she was little, I said, anytime you hear the word volunteer, you raise your hand. She didn't know what I'm talking about. She's a 3-4-year-old kid. I said, when you hear the word volunteer, your hand goes up immediately, fast as you can get it up. And I said, do you know why? I said, because that means you're special. Nobody's going to call on you when you're not special. You need to be special, but you need to be ready when they call on you. So we're at Universal Studios, and they're doing this thing, and it was a skit, a play. Hundreds of people out there in the crowd, and they stopped and they said, okay, we're going to need some volunteers. So my little 4-year-old, 5-year-old's just jumping up and down, pick me, pick me, pick me. She didn't even know what they wanted. She just wanted to be a volunteer because she was willing to accept the responsibility for whatever happened when she got up on the stage. So Joan, thank you so much. Responsibility, the R word, it really matters. Let's pick out a couple more. Ride Electric. I think a lot of people have high expectations about things they buy, or in the example of student loans, maybe they feel like they didn't get that dream job, or they had to work too hard to get a decent job, and all that money spent on education didn't deliver the promises they thought were meant for them. Same goes with RV buyers. The student loan debt program, the purpose of it, we know what the purpose of it is. Is the purpose of it now just to wipe it out and say, hey, you know what, you don't have to pay it back? So I was talking about that in this video. You have to be responsible for whatever your decision is. You buy an RV, you don't like it, well, that's your problem. You should have done your homework. You should have looked down the road and said, you know what, we really didn't want to weren't going to use it as much as we thought we would. But don't go blaming somebody else for the decisions that you made. Now, is it easy to get coerced, conned, if you will? Yeah, and it's a whole lot easier when you're intoxicated, when you are over the moon, excited about doing something. So be very, very cautious. Be very careful. Max, my buddy Max says, in life as in investing, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I love that. I have no problem with it, but I understand how to manage the risk. You're doing good work and telling it like it is. I finished a book recently called The Comfort Crisis. I've mentioned it a couple of times on videos. The Comfort Crisis. And essentially what the book is about is all of us in today's society, we are seeking, and human beings have done this forever. We have sought comfort. And in the old days, when cavemen had to go out and kill something to eat, they still wanted to be comfortable, but they worked because they had to. Today, life is so easy for so many people. It's like, just sit back and I won't say it. and they want to be comfortable. And the problem with being comfortable is most of the time anything significant, anything meaningful doesn't come from you just sitting around on your duff. It comes from being uncomfortable. And being uncomfortable requires you to have that thing called self-discipline. Drop a comment below. Let me know if I'm losing you. Evidently, some people this really resonated with. This talk did back in early March because I got a lot of positive comments. Hey, Wingman, great advice, but you have awesome shirts. Where do you shop? John Breen. Click on the word description or more down below. In the description, I buy my shirts just like you have to buy your shirts, but I pay for them just like you do at a company called High Seas Trading Company. There's a link to them down below and a keyword that if you use, you get to save 10% at the discount, or the checkout. So click on the description, go down below, High Seas Trading Co. I don't know how many of these shirts I have. I have a lot of them. I don't have all, but I think I have most of them. I love them. American made, not super cheap, but they look super good. All right, Wingman, if I ever get back to Texas, I have to buy you a beer. I enjoy your thinking. With Joseph Caprara, I will let you buy me a beer. If we can connect and our schedules meet up, that would be fun. I was thinking about maybe doing some kind of a meetup. I don't know. What do you think? You think something like that would be fun? Maybe people are too scattered out. But I think it would be nice to, instead of have just a virtual campfire, to have a real meeting, a real lunch, where people get together and we just chat and visit and tell stories, swap lives, talk about RVing, talking about families, just kind of like we do here, except in real life. If you think that'd be a good idea, drop a comment down below. All right, let me take one more, I think, maybe a couple more. No lane changer. I'm with you on this one. The truth hurts. We have visited several dealers in the last month from Florida to Texas, with the exception of one dealer. We have met some nice people, especially the folks you're about to visit with. And what he's referring to, going back to Berryland Campers, in early March, I did an open house with them over in Ponchatoula, Louisiana. And they're just so nice. People came and, people that watched the channel here, and we just visited. And, they sold some RVs. They did. But it was fun. And the truth does hurt, doesn't it? It kind of reminds us of, ooh, we made a big old boo-boo. Last one I'm going to read says, well said, Wingman. There's a philosophical rot that is everywhere. It's not up to me to make my life better, or I'm not responsible to my lot in life. You'll probably never reach those people, but it's always good to reinforce those ideas of self-reliance and deeper discovery of oneself. This is the greatest way to achieve a better life. It has been under siege by those who imagine they know best for us all, for all of us, an impossibility, of course. This entitled country. That's why we are experiencing what some people are calling this creep, this rot, this advancement towards negativity and unproductivity and criticism and fighting. As I said at the beginning of this video, I think that our country needs more wingmen and wingwomen. We need to stand up for what is right. Try and be kind, but don't sugarcoat everything. We have sat on the sidelines for so long, haven't we? Tell the truth. It's the best way to get out of a problem. Raise your hand, volunteer, say, I screwed up. Do it before the person finds out that you screwed up. Call somebody and say, hey, just want to let you know, I made a mistake. What? Yeah, when you get to the blah, 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 that was me. People will respect you more. It's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. And it may be painful, but I promise you, it's like not paying a credit card debt. When you pay for it in the future, you will pay for it with interest. So own up to your responsibility, your mistakes. That's how we learn. Love other people. Be kind, but be direct. Be a good wingman. Be a good wingwoman. So to the people that I lost, that's okay. Hopefully you will come back. You're always welcome around this virtual campfire. I appreciate the opportunity to spend some time with you and bring up some things. As I said, I'm a former campground owner. I'm a very flawed guy, but I've got a lot of miles on me, as many of you do. I know that a lot of you are sitting on the sidelines thinking about, I'd like to buy an RV, but I don't know if the time is right, or the interest rates are too high, or fuel prices have gone back up. And my question for you is, what are you waiting for? Seriously. Is it something specific when the interest rates get to 6%? That's when I'm going to go that day at 6%. I don't think so. I think for a lot of people, I'll know it when it's right. Yeah, I'll know. That's not a very good plan. It's like, I'll plan for retirement. I'll start saving. Yeah, well, when are you going to do that? When are you going to begin sacrificing? Thank you for watching today's video. Thank you for allowing me to vent a little bit. I want to go back to the thing about recreational bitching. When people, if you are one of those people that likes to recreational bitch and recreational complain, I want you to know that you've got stiff competition. I am really good at it. I'm not trying to brag, but I can be petty and go into the depths and darkness of hell and be the ugliest, most critical thing that ever was. And almost always, at some point after I do it, I go, ooh, why did I do that? But at the moment, I'm so arrogant, I'm so filled with pride, and I know it's my way, that I just show the world how stupid I am. I think it's time to show the world how thoughtful we are, mindful, honest, stand up for principles, do the right thing, help others, be a good wingman, be a good wingwoman. And if I can be of help to you, I promise I will do my best. My contact information is in the description down below, along with that link to get the shirts that I buy. If you leave me a voicemail message, I will call you back if at all possible. If you have a problem with your RV dealer, your manufacturer, if you have something good going on, I'd love to hear a good story. I really would. You want to shoot me an email? That email address, my personal email address, is down in the description as well. So thank you so much for watching. I've kind of gone on a little bit long today. Drop a comment below. Let me know where you're watching today's video from. And I will see you again soon. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. Bye-bye, everybody.